Good morning everyone, my name is Michelle, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another video. This is Tuesday morning the 25th of February and we've got another court filing here in the Delphi case. This is Andrew Baldwin's last-ditched effort to get a hearing on the motions to preserve evidence relating to inmate Ricci Davis, who is talking about confessions that Ron Logan made to him in May of 2017, just 3 months after the murders, and then more recently, what he's been saying about Kegan Kline. Kegan Kline has already come out and denied that he said anything to Ricci Davis. Talked about that in a video a few days ago. It's my understanding that Judge Gull has already denied the motion to preserve specific evidence. I read this the other day in my video. Defendant's motion to preserve specific evidence filed January 20th is reviewed by the court. The defendant has cited no authority, either statutory or case law, that supports his motion. The court will maintain the exhibits admitted into evidence in accordance with the trial and appellant rules. However, the court does not have the authority to order the state of Indiana, including the prosecutor's office and all law enforcement agencies, labs, or state, federal, local bureaucracies that possess any of the following evidence to preserve said evidence and not destroy or lose said evidence. The defendant's motion to preserve specific evidence is therefore denied without hearing. Compare these. I mean, look, that's surprisingly long for Judge Gull, but compare these denials with those of Judge Hippler in the Koberger case, the documents that I've been reading, you know, the long live streams that I've been doing. And I know many of you, they're too long for you, but hey, it's all there if you want to go and check it out. Look, she's going to deny this, but there's an addendum to the defence's motion to preserve specific evidence. So let's talk about that.
It's time for you guys to start being journalists.
Before an angry Andrew Baldwin left the courthouse, 13 News overheard him speaking to Richard Allen's wife, saying, "It ain't over. The world's watching. The world sees what's going on."
Here it is. Addendum to defendant's verified motion to preserve and produce specific evidence. Comes now. Richard Allen, by and through counsel, files this addendum to defendant's verified motion to preserve and produce specific evidence. In support of said motion, Allen states the following. February 14th, 2025, Allen filed his verified motion to preserve and produce specific evidence related to certain letters and videos the defense has been told were sent to the prosecutor's office and contained exculpatory evidence of which the prosecution has never provided to the defence. The person that informed the defence of this evidence was Ricci Davis. Since the filing of that document, the defence met with a witness on February 22nd, 2025 to sign an affidavit concerning his knowledge of the letters that Ricci Davis claims he sent to the prosecutor's office. Allen's attorneys attach a copy of the affidavit of James Winters, marked as Exhibit A, to this pleading as further evidence that the defence has good faith belief, based upon due diligence, that the state of Indiana has had in its possession certain exculpatory evidence before the October 2024 trial that it did not turn over to the defence, and to further reinforce its request for this court to order the prosecution to preserve and produce those letters to the defence, as well as all videos relating to any law enforcement interviews of Ricci Davis, and to set this matter for a hearing. Wherefore, Richard Allen files this addendum to the verified motion to preserve and produce specific evidence that he filed on February 14th, 2025, as well as the attached affidavit of James Winters. So, essentially, Andrew Baldwin is reopening this request. Well, she'll deny it because she'll say, I have no authority to order anyone to do anything. Of course you do. You're the judge. Are you saying that now the trial's over, you've washed your complete hands of it? Okay, all right, you do that. But those letters should have been in the discovery. And we now know from James Winters that indeed the prosecutor's office do have those letters. Affidavit of James Winters. Comes now affiant James Winters swears and affirms the following. My name is James Winters, 67 years of age, was a dairy farmer in northern Indiana for 50 years and currently rears Holstein steers. I've never been arrested. I've never been in any criminal trouble. I don't drink or use illegal drugs. Judge Gull will say, so what? I understand that lying in this affidavit would or could result in a charge of perjury, since I am swearing that the things I am saying in this affidavit are true. The things I am saying in this affidavit are true. I have no reason to lie, and I would not lie. In the fall of 2024, my nephew, Ricci Davis, asked that I contact the Carroll County Clerk or prosecutor's office to find out if they were receiving letters that Ricci had written and addressed to the prosecutor. Ricci told me that the reason he, Ricci, was asking me this favour was because he, Ricci, had written several letters to the Carroll County prosecutor about the Delphi murders and was expecting that those letters would prompt the prosecutor and or law enforcement to meet with him, Ricci, to discuss the information contained in those letters. It was my understanding that Ricci began writing those letters in the weeks before the man who was accused of the Delphi murders was going to trial in the fall of 2024. I did in fact call the Carroll County Prosecutor's office and I did talk to a nice lady. I don't know if she was the clerk or a secretary or something else. I called the prosecutor's office sometime in August, September or October of 2024. I believe it was closer to October. I told this lady who answered the phone my name and further told her I was calling on behalf of my nephew, Ricci Davis. I then asked if she knew whether Ricci's letters had been received. The lady immediately told me that she was aware of Ricci Davis's name and indicated that they had received, I believe she said, multiple letters from Ricci. So Ricci's not lying. Another thing Ricci's not lying about. The lady further indicated that every letter she had received from Ricci Davis she had passed on to the people in charge of the investigation of the Delphi murders. I asked the lady if she would let the investigators know that I called and that Ricci wanted to talk to them and that he had expected someone would talk to him, and she said that she would relay the message to the investigators. I don't remember the name of the lady who answered the phone. I would not lie to anyone, including my nephew. This is just the truth. This affidavit contains 3 pages and 20 paragraphs. I did not prepare this document. Rather, it was prepared by Attorney Baldwin because I would not know how to prepare such a document. Mr. Baldwin typed out what I told him. Furthermore, I know that Mr. Baldwin is not my attorney, nor is Ricci's attorney. Everything stated in this document is true, and I am willing to testify in court to those facts if I am asked to do so. I swear and affirm under penalties of perjury the statements made in this affidavit are true and accurate. James F. Winters. So, what do you got to say to that, Judge Gull? Are you at least going to open an investigation into these letters? Is that not something you can do? Have you lost all your powers? Judge Gull has lost all her powers. Isn't it convenient that she loses her powers, when it's concerning the defence, but then she oversteps and overstates her powers when she's protecting the prosecution? It's funny that, isn't it? Yeah, it is.